Donald Trump's lawyers think he's an absolute idiot, and his lawsuits are just as dumb as he is, maybe even a little bit dumber. Alan Dershowitz has worked with Trump before. He worked on the first Trump impeachment trial. He's worked with people in and around Donald Trump, but he is basically saying through his inaction that he thinks Donald Trump's big tech lawsuit is one of the dumbest things ever, and it's just a fundraising stunt and not an actual First Amendment case. Basically, Trump is suing Facebook, Google, Twitter. We've talked about it. First Amendment does not apply to private corporations. It only applies to the government, so you can't violate a First Amendment right if you're not a government body, state, local, national, whatever. But Trump still wants to sue them under this wholly dubious attempt to raise money from his most gullible supporters. And Alan Dershowitz is not above working for right-wingers. I want to read you the list of crazy people he's worked with to show how bad Trump's case must be. It says here, lately, Dershowitz has been acting less than enthusiastically about the prospect. His reluctance marks another bump in the road for a legal crusade that legal scholars call a fundraising stunt doomed to eventual dismissal in federal court. Dershowitz has pitched in to advise a lot of Trump world figures over the past few years in the course of their legal troubles. He supported Trump with constitutional arguments against impeachment and the special counsel's Russia investigation, signed on to advise MAGA pillow magnate Mike Lindell and his lawyers in a fight against the voting system's defamation lawsuits, and offered advice to Rudy Giuliani and his attorneys in the criminal investigation into the possible unregistered foreign lobbying. Let's get that 100% straight. This man will work with Rudy Giuliani, hair dyes swimming down his face, farting everywhere, and the MyPillow guy, but will not work with Donald Trump on his First Amendment case. When the MyPillow guy and Rudy effing Giuliani are seen as somebody that have cases you can contribute to, but Donald Trump doesn't have that case, that's how bad the Donald Trump case is. Because Alan Dershowitz doesn't want to put his name on it. It doesn't matter if he's going to get paid. It doesn't matter if he's not the lead lawyer, so it's not a big effort. He doesn't want to be a part of it. Indeed, all they've asked for him is some sort of affidavit, basically asking Dershowitz to write a letter, to write a document supporting Donald Trump's case, which they can use as a sort of piece of evidence or argumentation in court to say, look, this prominent lawyer, he thinks this is a First Amendment case. He thinks that fundamentally Donald Trump's rights were violated, and this brings more credibility to our legal arguments. But he's not willing, at least as of yet, to put his name to any paper, because to do that makes you look stupid. And this goes back to what I've always talked about. Donald Trump has crappy lawyers because he is a crappy person to be a lawyer for. He barely pays his lawyers, if he pays them at all. Still hasn't paid Rudy. He asks his lawyers to take on cases that are unwinnable. And maybe the biggest thing, he demands that lawyers lie for him, because to defend Trump in court is to lie for Trump in court, because that's the only defense he has. And so whether it's they're worried about their reputation, or they're actually worried about being disbarred or having their law license suspended, like what happened to Rudy Giuliani, no reasonable lawyer is going to work for Donald Trump right now. You might think that big tech has too much power. You might be like me and think that we need a democratic, public, almost international response by governments to rein in the power of massive corporations. But it is not a First Amendment case, and even lawyers that like Trump know he's a massive idiot.